Morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday video, January the 15th, 2025. Today we're going to do a card using up some of my scrap strips that I have left over from some of my designer series paper. So a nice easy card, but uses up those scraps that are always left over. All right, got lots of things to share with you from Stampin' Up. Look at the new catalog and a bit of a peek at some of the celebration stuff and the new paper pumpkin. Okay, let's go down to my desk. All right. Okay, on my desk already, I have the catalogs, the new catalogs. If you haven't seen the new mini catalog, this is it right here. And it started January the 7th, I think it was, and runs to May the 5th. And lots of good things in here. I do have one of the new sets out of here that I possibly, well, I'll show you one of the stamps out of it. And I have the celebration brochure here. So the celebration this year is if you order out of the mini catalog or the regular catalog, our annual catalog, this one, $75 or more, you can choose something out of the celebration brochure. So there's lots of cool things. I do have something I'll show you today that I got out of here. There's card kits, there's designer series paper, there's stamps, there's an embossing folder, there's some ribbon, which I happen to have, and I'm thinking I might use it today. This is called the Fresh Freesia Seam Binding Ribbon, and if you recall, we had some white ribbon very much like this. Very, very easy to tie. I tied a bow with it very simply. There it is right there. So that was a freebie for spending $75. And there is more designer series paper, more stamp sets. There is some 12 by 12 designer series paper called Bloom Impressions, which is very pretty, and I will use that in the future, I think. And then if you spend $150, you can choose this stamp set, and it comes with dies. And there's another stamp set here that you can choose for that. Now, if you don't know about our Join special, Stampin' Up! Is running a really good promotion during celebration for new people. So if you want a discount or you want to become a demonstrator, this is the best time to join during celebration because they always give you really good incentives. So you can choose $165 of product from any of the catalogs and only spend $135. But you have two other options. After you've done that, you can choose. This option one is this exclusive stamp set called Handmade Designs. And you can also choose two of the markers, the Stampin' Right marker assortment. So they come 10 in a pack. So there's brights, neutrals, regals, and subtles. So you can pick two of those packages plus that stamp set, and you would get that for free. Or if you're not wanting to choose those, the option two is an extra $41 in product. So those are really good incentives to join. And again, Stampin' Up! Never asks anything of you. If you're not wanting to be a demonstrator, if you don't want to sell to anyone, that's fine. You can just join and get your discount. So it's the best time. All right, if you need a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator in Canada, I'd be happy to earn your business. Just send me a message and I will get catalogs out to you. All right, I'll put those to the side. I've pulled up the new paper pumpkin kit. So this one is, you have to subscribe by February the 10th. And so this would be considered the January paper pumpkin. Sorry. This is the February paper pumpkin. Sorry, this is the February paper pumpkin. And it's called Hello Spring. So they're just giving us a bit of a sneak peek here. Plants. It looks like envelopes there. Not really giving us too many ideas about it, but it looks like a very interesting spring one. And the coordinating dies for the 3 months, for January, February, and March. The January dies was the heart. This all comes in one set. And this is the February one. I'm not exactly sure. It cuts out some kind of greenery and then a little round dot. And they've done it in green, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. And in March, it's this little bee and the honeycomb. So this add-on die set is number 166237, and it's $16.50, and you get these dies. All right, so put that to the side. All right, let's have a look at our card. Like I said, we're going to use strips, leftover strips of paper, and they seriously were leftover strips. I am using the Thoughtful Journey paper, so I'm sure you all remember this paper. I'll take my scraps out of here with all this beautiful scenery on it and just really, really pretty paper. Well, I had a bunch, as you can see, that's my little scrap bag. I had a bunch of 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch strips of paper. So I thought I'm going to use them up today. So this is a really easy way to make an interesting background. So today I'm using Lost Lagoon. My card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and it's going to be side fold that way. I've got a piece of pretty peacock that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I have embossed it with the exposed brick embossing folder. So that's going to go on the front. I have a piece of white cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. That's for my inside. I have, and I'm just going to pick them up this way because this is the way I kind of want to put them on my card. I have these strips of paper, and as you can see, they're not the same widths. They are all 6-inch strips, and I think that's a good length to have so that you can angle them. And I have one extra, I have 5 strips, and then I have an extra strip that I'm going to use on the inside of my card. I also have this die cut from Spotlight on Nature. It's these dies, and I'm using this one right here, second from the largest, and I call this one Dots and Dashes. And so it's fairly large. So that's the one I'm using. I've already stamped on it. And I've stamped the greeting from Everyday Details, which I know I used last week for the greeting because I really like it. This is in our annual catalog. The dies are no longer available that went with it, but I've chosen this other die. And so I stamped Wishing You So Much Joy on this special day in Pretty Peacock. And then I splattered it just with some ink and the water painter. And it's in Lost Lagoon, so it's a little bit lighter. So I did that, and I've got some die cut pieces from Thoughtful Wishes, which is the stamp set that went with this Thoughtful Journey paper. So I have this one in Lost Lagoon, and I have this one in Petunia Pop that I'm hoping to use on the front of the card. All right, so let's get started. Like I said, I'd like to glue these in that order. I'm going to put that one over there. And so I've got them set already onto my silicone mat. So here's my card base, my cardstock layer. What I want to do, and I am using Tombow liquid glue to put these on. You can dry fit them on to see how you like it. And I like to start, 1/2 to 1 inch down from the top. And you want them, I want them angled a little bit, but not too much because I want them all to fit on without falling off the end over here. So I had them laid out, and I kind of liked the look of this. And they're going to be butted right up against each other. So you're not going to see the pretty peacock underneath. And I just wanted to put it like that. So I like them angled a little bit more. So I just take the whole bunch, and so it's almost even top and bottom, but that doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to, now that they're laid there, I'm going to put some glue on this one. And I'm just kind of seeing how long I want it to be. And I really should be doing it on my silicone mat, but I want to put this one down first so that I kind of know where I'm off at. So that's how I'm going to put it down. Now I'm going to pick it up and put it on my silicone mat so I don't get glue all over everything. All right, so now I can move them down and out of the way and just glue them on. And this is a really great way, like I said, to use your scrap, and it gives an interesting background. Now you have to decide, like this has some interesting colors. Did you want all those? I do want some pink in this, so I'm going to lay this one like this. And as you can see, we're going to be doing some trimming off at the end, but that's all right. Then I'm going to put this pink one next, And this one's a bit wider, so I'm going to put a little more glue here. I do want right to the edge though. Okay, and do I want it that way or maybe more interesting this way? So you can see that this one is 3/4 of an inch, I think. This one maybe is, this one's 1/2 inch. You know, they're all different cuts off the ends of whatever I was making. This is a 1/4, 3/4. No, this is a 1/2 inch, I think. And I think I'm going to put it's interesting to have it that way. I'm going to put it like this. And you can see, like I said, I'm butting them up against each other. Like that. Last but not least. And this one actually was part of the scenery, I think. But I did like it. Now I'm just wondering, do I want it to be like that? A lot of this is getting covered up when I put my circle on here, but just kind of gauging how much glue I need, how long I need it. Okay, I'm going to put it like this. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a second before I trim it off. I don't want them to move. And then I'm going to show you the little trick I did with this. I took this die from the Thoughtful Wishes dies, and I cut it out of the Lost Lagoon. But when I put it behind here, I kind of lost it. Like it's not sticking out enough. So I thought, well, that's a waste. So what I did was I took the die cut, which was like this, and I just snipped it in the middle. No one's going to know this. And then I can position this any way I want behind my circle. And I thought that made it look a lot more interesting. So we'll get that on there once I get my pieces cut off. And then this one I thought I might put just on top of that, just to give it a little interest sake and the different color. All right, so let's get our scissors going here. And you can see on the back of this, I've got lots of little bits. So I'm going to cut it all off, just following my pretty peacock layer here, just like that. And of course, you're going to have sticky scissors when you're done. You'll need to clean them off. All right, get rid of those little pieces. Do the other side. Now this probably isn't enough to save for anything else, but if you want to save it, your little ends, you definitely, can. Okay, so there is our background. I think I've turned it upside down, haven't I? Yeah, goes that way. Sorry, goes that way. So I really like the look of that. I think that's very pretty. And then I just have to put we can put it right onto the front of our card. I think I will put it right down flat because I think I'm going to raise up my greeting circle there. So remember that this is embossed, so it likes to have lots of glue on it so that it'll stay down and all that glue stays in the little ridges. Okay, so there we go. Then I thought I would just, it's a shame to hide this, but I just thought I would put it maybe even there. And then you can see some of that or up there. Doesn't really matter. I just have to decide how I want it. And then I thought I would tuck these in. Just be mindful that they don't stick off your card. This one. And again, oops, this one's really big, isn't it? That one maybe would be better up here. Sorry, that's a bit wider piece. All right, I'm just going to stop my video for a sec here.